Scholarship Committee. In the Worldprofit, we've done a good deed, a very good deed over the course of the last many weeks. We've been giving scholarships away all over this earth to every kind of person, single women, people who call themselves disabled, old army officers of every kind of service you can imagine, young people who need extra help, old people who need extra help, just to plain anybody else who needs some extra help. We put our money where our mouth is. And as a result, we made lots of friends, special friends all over the world, who've been kind enough to sit down and write letters to me and Sandy and George of acute happiness, bliss, and thanksgiving. And we are proud as punch of their ability to do that and our ability to think this out. So Sharon, today we begin the countdown towards the extinction of the scholarships. We've shown the world what a small company can do, because we are a small company, we're not a Ford Motor Company after all. Not yet. We've shown the world what a good it can be, helping people all over the world, and our delight to do so. But we have to move along, and so at midnight, Mountain Time, December 31st of this month of this year, this is our New Year's Eve party, and by God, people, we are going to have a rip snorter of a party. I decree it. It's my job to rev you up. We're going to have fun. We're going to have lots of new friends, lots of people all over the world come and join us, and we're going to usher out the scholarships in great fashion. So today's program is first of all for Sarah Gibson, who is now thinking she has to go about and get the money together by midnight tonight. To James Cope, who hasn't said a word. To Mary, who hasn't said a word. To Dennis, who says words are in Español. Nosotros hablamos inglés aquí, señor Dennis. And we're going to help Harry Wells. She's been here 8 years. And we're going to start right this minute. First we're going to do, Sharon's going to read you the first half scholarship offer with $2,500. I'm going to read part 2. And then, if we're going to leave it to intelligence, if you honestly feel that you can do more on your own than the geniuses like George Kosh, who have spent over 20 years in the prime of his professional life developing technical solutions, well then, by God, people, check yourself into a McLean psychiatric unit, because you need the doctor for los locos. Locos in the
Great.
Otherwise, join us. All right, so Sharon, let's fling the good news.
Here goes. Okay, our presentation video is our silver membership offer. You already know what a great offer our silver membership plan is. When you do order within the next 10 minutes, you do get the $1,500 bonus offer made in that video. You can e-blast any website to over 90,000 of our subscribers every month. You get over 500 landing pages and over 1,500 real traffic sources. You also have monitors that will be closing sales for you 24 hours a day, and we do not charge you anything. Finally, our commission earnings are 20 to 100%. And that is not all. When you do order within the next 5 minutes, you do get 50 members placed under you immediately. These are hot, free members, just like you. When you up to silver, you get these 50 placed under you immediately. You can promote what you're currently doing to them, and if by it, you get commission. Or if they upgrade here with us at Worldprofit, you get commission. All you have to do is click on the red Now button, and those 50 customers will be yours. But that's not all. In addition to the 500 landing pages, over 1,500 real traffic sources, and sales closing for you.
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Harry Wells, would you please sit down and pay the lady the attention that she deserves? Don't ask questions in the middle of a presentation. Are you a knucklehead? Now sit down and listen to this woman. She has something important to say to you. Carry on.
And of course, the sales closing for you 24 hours a day. You do also get 100 training lessons. These are boot camp training lessons. Lessons 1, 2, and 3 will get you started right away making money online. Get the 50 customers placed under you now, and of course you can e-blast 90,000 people per month. But you also get 100,000 ad credits per month. You can place your ads all over the internet and get going right away. You get 3 Facebook marketing courses on how to generate thousands of leads using Facebook marketing tactics. And remember, there is more. And Dr. Lant will give you the detail of our scholarship.
Now, here's the deal, friends. This is out of our own pockets. The partners decided to give back in a very flamboyant, practical way. First thing you're going to get from us is 100 customers off of my list, not 50, 100. And to them, we're going to send those 100 people a message saying that Harry Welsh is their sponsor, or that Mary is, or James Cope is a sponsor. 100 people are going to receive the message. We're going to give you each a copy of my 19th book, Net Profits. It's a pip of a book. It tells you exactly how to make money. I don't pussyfoot around when it comes to money. I don't want you to pussyfoot around either. It costs $29.95 on Amazon.com. I'm giving you a free copy now. In addition, I'm giving you 2 months. The second month is paid for by us. You get the benefit. We pay the bill. This scholarship is valued at $1,500. Now, dear friends, you have 7 minutes to make up your mind. And don't give me the faux law and all the crap that you dish out other places. This is a crap-free zone. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to sniff it. Now, James Cope can't hear us. Mary can't hear us. Harry, are you ready to join us and get the benefits? All it requires a yes or no. If the answer is yes, click on the bright red box that says order now. And for the 86 people in the window, I have now authorized 86 scholarships for one free each one. So don't say, I was left out. No one loved me. No one loves your behavior up to date. No one loves your self-defeating behavior. That's true. We don't love that. Harry Welsh, what are you going to do?
Well, he's in the order room.
So we presume that he's going to go ahead and take advantage of this once in a lifetime. And by the way, I am sorry to let the scholarship go, but all good things come to an end. Hey, most of us would like to have Christmas every single day of the week. But occasionally we have to have it.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty great that you're extending it for a whole another month. I wasn't expecting that.
It just seemed to be the right thing to do. We see so many people. We sense that the economy is getting better. The unemployment rate has dropped to its lowest level in many years. We want to push that envelope to the extent that we can do what we do. And as we brought so many people through the Great Recession of 2008, so we will help people get extra boost in the turnaround economy that's going on. Not everywhere, but in many places. All right, Harry's coming in. Wise decision. You 95 people up there in the hinterlands, don't sit there like a toad on a lily pad. Come in. Get out of the rain.
Right, all you guests out there, all you have to do is fill out the form in front of you and you will meet our live center. And you too.
Well, I got a call this morning from Nesson, which is the New England Cable News Network, to go on the air to talk about the Duke and Duchess visit to the United States. I didn't even know that the Duke and Duchess were in the United States today. I had other things on my mind, my book. But they said that they were coming over within the hour. So I scrambled all over, putting away things or whatever. And then they called me and said, oh, by the way, there's an incident going on at the county courthouse, so we're postponing you until later in the day. Now, I don't know what that's going to be, but Nesson is all the hell way over the complete opposite side of Boston. And they want me to go at rush hour. They are completely fool. I'm not doing that.
What do they want you to do? Talk about what?
Talk about the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's visit to the United States. The first visit, the first official visit that they made. And I am an expert on the British monarchy and have written a book about it in many, many articles, including many articles about the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. And in fact, I called the Princess, the direct newsline, the press office, about it last year sometime. And I said, now listen, I know that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are going to come to Cambridge, Massachusetts. I know it. He said, but sir, nothing has been announced. You don't have to announce it, I know. He said, and I want to be the first one on the list to interview them. Well, sir, we'll put you on the list. And I was sending you a bunch of articles about the different Duchess of Cambridge. I'm going to call you tomorrow to make sure you got them. So I sent him about 10 articles, and the next day their tone was remarkably better. Oh, Dr. Lant! Whoa! So, very useful to have a little title, not let them get in the way of progress. Harry Welsh, are you finished? We're down now to, what have we got, 4 minutes? Let's say it's 4.
About that, 4 minutes.
4 minutes. 4 minutes for Harry Welsh. Waiting. Besides, everyone knows I love Kate. I mean, I think Kate is the most stylish Duchess in 300 years. Ever since the Duchess of Devonshire. It hasn't made Duchess stylish, it's just Kate.
Oh, so is James and Mary just sitting in the order form?
Yes. Not doing it, accomplishing it. And Harry, you're down to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes. And in honor of the Duke's visit to the White House today, we are going to talk. We're going to pull out of my abundant repertoire an article that I wrote about the diminishing elephants and the problems that are in the Cameroons, where the largest tribe still exists, and how I would like to get that article to do His Royal Highness today.
What's
Harry, we're down to 3 minutes now. I look under Cameroon's elephants. Harry, I have one simple question for you. Are you placing an order? That's all I want to know. Calling Felicia. Calling Felicia.
Can you hear us?
2 minutes for Harry. 2 minutes for Harry Welsh. 2 minutes remain. Now, at the end of these 2 minutes, should the order not have come in, you go 4 additional minutes, which would be terminated if he came off the order form anyway. So in fact, he has 6 minutes.
Alicia, welcome back. Do you know about our $2,500 scholarship?
One minute. No problem, Harry. You've just thrown away a $2,500 scholarship. Good to you. You made the biggest mistake of your life. That's what comes of being arrogant and not paying attention to expert advice. I wish you chose a different course, but you made a very stupid mistake. Sharon, let him have it. Give him the old whipped cream in the face with the push-a-roo.
It's not every day you get a full value of $2,500 worth of products and resources for a full month for free. Especially in this day and age when it's hard enough to get your business up and going online.
And Harry Welsh made a very, very significant mistake which will trail him for the rest of his time on the internet, which is going to be very, very difficult for him. In fact, I go so far as to say impossible.
Amy, welcome to the room.
Do not make the mistake that Harry Welsh.
Please show me, still need a response from you.
You know, it reminds me of this incident of Jesus up on the cross with his Father, forgive me for what they do. I think all the time when these people making these life-changing decisions, not even on a scintilla, not even on a crumb of evidence. No thought to do it, no effort, and they make these incredible decisions that, of course, land them in the muck for the rest of their lives. Harry will never amount to a hill of beans on hand. He doesn't know how to do it. No one's going to help him. He doesn't have any resources. And then he has the audacity to say, not today. Would you like to be rich? Not today. Would you like to? Oh, not today. Well, if not now, when? If not who? If not you, who?
Alright, well, I do have that article. I believe it's...
Let's go for it. Now, I'm begging you. I'm pleading with you. I'm down on my knees. Meta Dolorosa de la Cruz. Just look at the word. If you're not sure, pause. Look at words loving you. If the word is beseeching you, please not hurt me, madam.
It's not like I do it on purpose.
Yes, but the pain is there notwithstanding. You ran over the dog by accident. Would it not cause as much pain if you ran over the dog by deliberation? Of course it would be the same.
Well, according to some people, I don't do anything right here, so... Not you, but... Titled, Some of These Days You're Gonna Miss Me. 2011, a catastrophic year for an... Lant. Author's program note: in 1911, Shelton Brooks wrote and the last of the red hot mamas, Sophie Tucker. There wasn't a woman alive, not a girl mind, but a card-carrying woman who didn't love Tucker for getting up off her backside and singing it like about the woman who gave so much only to be discarded and spurned by her man. The man who thereby let you know he was on his way to other places, other people. So as Sophie got up and belted out the words, you knew she... Some of these days you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days you're gonna... No matter what. No matter how demure and sweet you are, when Sophie sang this strident song, a declaration of intent, got up and sang it with her. Yea, even if you were an arthritic 88 because you were angry about that no-good man. We're hurting because you needed to make it clear you were still here, still desirable, still alive, and that your best days were not in the past, but just around the... Sophie's song was liberating. A soul lifter, helping you get through the lonely days and even lonelier nights. Get up and keep going. Only elephants had a defender like Sophie Tucker. A tune like this one, which you'll easily find in any search engine. Maybe they wouldn't be facing extinction by 2000. But they don't, and that's just one more reason. Let's be clear about something specialists have known for some time and have regularly reported that radical action is taken and taken now. One of the greatest creatures of our third rock from the sun, the elephant, is a all flesh. Only a comparative handful of bullets have stand between them and a total, complete, irrevocable extinction. The latest installment of this tragedy is being reported now. December 29, 2011, for instance, Tom Milligan, an elephant and rhino specialist for the Wildlife Trade Monitoring Net Traffic. 2011 has truly been a horrible year for elephants. Why? For the usual reason, ivory. 2011 was the worst year on record since ivory sales were banned in... So bad that the world is just 8 short years away from being present when the last great elephant is shot, thereby demonstrating yet again how unfit we humans are for the task of saving this planet and its creatures, wiped out by one because of our proven ineptitude and maleficence. All about ivory. Can you still hear me? Because I'm not hearing like any noise. Okay, making sure, because Dr. Lant went away, so making sure I'm okay. Alright. Let's see, Felicia not responding. John, welcome back. And Raymond, welcome back. John and Raymond, you have the opportunity to take advantage of a $2,500 scholarship. Have you heard the details of that? Hello. Raymond, do you know about our $2,500 scholarship?
No crash. All right.
That's what happened? I was wondering. Okay,
well, you know, computers know how to interrupt your life.
Yes.
You're not sweet to them, they wreck your life.
Raymond, look for our 7-minute video presentation.
I can speak to John Wilkinson. And I'd like to speak to Raymond Elliott. Gentlemen, I have a scholarship in the amount of $2,500 for each of you. Harry Welsh gave up his, so what a generous fellow. We're going to give it to you.
Alright, go ahead and watch that video, and then Dawn has not responded yet. Not sure why he's still here.
Reading. Because he realizes in his heart of hearts that he made a silly mistake. Now he's going to have to do the male thing and overcome and say, he's going to do the most difficult thing a man says. I'm sorry, I should have paid attention. You know how difficult those words are for the average man? They'd rather declare nuclear three on their neighbors than three of that. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was being arrogant and difficult. So he was. Now, read me about elephants. I'm not interested in Harry Welsh anymore, but I'm interested in those elephants.
It's all about the ivory. Milliken is clear and empathetic about the problem. In 23 years of compelling ivory seizure data, 2011 is the worst year ever for large ivory seizures. As many as 3,000 elephants were killed by poachers in the last year. A figure of horror, pushing these elephants, bullet by bullet, into a future without their majesty and wonder. In one case in early December, Malaysian, there we go. Malaysian authorities seized hundreds of African elephant tusks valued at 1.3 million that were being shipped to Cambodia. The ivory was hidden in containers of Kenyan handicrafts. Per usual, a variance was in the driver's seat, particularly in Asia. Experts agree that most of the outrages nowadays involve ivory being smuggled from Africa, where growing wealth was fed the desire for ivory ornaments and for rhino. Scientists proved long ago that it has no medicinal value whatsoever. And So African elephants died to provide gimcrackery of the Nabu, the Cruzius and Jute. Yes, for such causes do these great elephants die. Gabriel, looks like you are a new member here with us at Worldprofit. Will earn a goodie credit. Can you say hello, sir, so we know that you're listening?
We have scholarships for Rao, James Cope, Mary, John Wilkinson. We even have a scholarship for Old Harry, because he's going to regret his decision so much that I feel certain he'll come and beg me for it. I am prepared to grant his request upon certain conditions.
Chris, it looks like you've been a few times and have not watched our video presentation.
Carry on. Rao, you can click on the green box and watch the video. Rao, green box, watch the video. And return to us and send us for your scholarship with $2,500. Go on.
Prophet said Asian crime syndicates increasingly involved in poaching and the illegal ivory trade across Africa, a trend that coincides with growing Asian investment on the continent. From his headquarters to Zimbabwe, Milliken, is that how you say his name? Milliken said the escalation in ivory trade and elephant and rhino killing is driven by Asian syndicates that are now firmly enmeshed with African societies. There are more Asians than ever before in the history of the continent, and this is one of the repercussions. Tom Milliken is a brave. These syndicates not like these words, and it is easy, so easy to shoot one bullet in a night into an elephant, or into the good people like Milliken who try to protect him and so notify the world about what's going on. Fewer elephants every single day for less hope for the year. By the end of this day, another 25 elephants will die, and with their passing, there will be even less chance to preserve the survivors. The problem is acute in Congo, northern Kenya, Tanzania, and northern
I don't know what you're trying to say.
northern Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Mozambique. I honestly never heard of that. And most of all in Chad, where the elephant population is at crisis level, worsening with every passing day as their dwindling numbers make clear. For instance, in the 1980s, experts estimated the total population of African elephants around 1 million, with 70,000 elephants being killed a year. Now, at the commencement of 2012, their numbers are less than 404. Poachers more ardent and determined as elephants move close to extinction. Poachers since they must now or never. Thus, authorities seized 13 large seizures in 2006 and 2010. As the elephant goes, so go all the creatures dependent on it. Earth is a series of interlocking networks. We are all dependent on others who, thus, as the elephant dies, their essential work of open habitats for other species is so the fate of one becomes the fate of many until there is crisis and extinction for all. True, we are all connected. The African elephant is at its crucial tipping point, where soon it will be too late to change the course of events. We are close, so very close to the moment But the important thing is that we are not there yet. We can still just now make a difference by writing to the President of the United States and sending a few bucks to traffic and international fund animal welfare. Ask for congressmen and senators to introduce resolutions on the matter. Getting the kids in your school to sign a petition, then sending it to your mayor and asking for a Save the Elephants Day. We must not allow what could now easily happen, allowing the African to go gentle. It must fight against the wanting of the light, like Dylan Thomas wrote.
Waning.
And as Sophie Tucker sang, leave me, I know it will grieve me, you'll miss me, little baby, yes, some of these days. Let's all do our bit at once. We never have to grieve in these or any other days. What do you think? What more can we do? Share your comments below.
When you do the research on this, as I did, you get very, very angry. He was ineptitude, avarice, bumbling stupidity, carelessness, lack of concern. Meanwhile, the elephants die at the rate of 25 per day. It seems like an inexorable formula. It makes you very depressed.
I've never been an Ivory supporter. I don't hurt Ivory. I believe that, I'm pretty sure that piano keys are no longer made out of real.
I'm sure
they're not. A long time ago.
Now, Mark, Aja, and James Cope, and Mary and Jonathan, are you joining us now? Do you want to take advantage of the $2,500 scholarship offer? If you don't, please leave. We're giving this offer to the very best and brightest all over the world. We seek them out, they seek us out. We are aimed to do business together. And Sharon, I need an answer from Mark, and James, and Mary, and Jonathan, and Glenn, and Raoul, who see me think this is just another day. It's not another day, folks. It's a day you can spurt ahead. It's a day you can fall behind. Your choice.
All right, $2,500 call can be yours on all. Do you want me to get rid of James and Mary?
I do. Let me be very clear with you, folks. We are a reasonably small company, a long-standing company with verification. There are not enough days for us to do everything we could do. And one of the things that I refuse to allow the monitors to do, be coddle, the people who do not take any action, that do not want to help themselves. I refuse to let those people in this community. They drain our resources, they drain our time, they make us sleepy and irritable. So if you are a private person who cannot or will not make a decision, go home and exult in your indecision.
So, Jonathan, we need a response from you. How can we help you, sir? Talked and said a word.
Now, should we go on to the second article today? We can do something a little different. It's in honor of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their visit to the first official visit to the United States. And they are in New York and Washington today. I would like Sharon to read the article. It is an imaginative reconstruction of the first day after King William, as he will be someday, dies. And his wife, Queen Kate, the Dowager Queen, comes to some conclusions for their son and the world. This, if you go to jeffreylantarticles.com and you type in King William. Let's see if that pulls it up.
I've pulled up
Sometimes
King William, and
let's read it. It's an imaginative reconstruction of an event which, in the fullness of time, may very well happen.
one
It's
of
a
them
very
is
nice
titled Another Installment of Dining with History, Day 4 Silver Second Courses.
Nope.
God Save the King, Thoughts on Life and Happy. Is that
Read me the complete title.
God Save the King, Thoughts on the Life and Happy and Glorious Reign of H.M. King George VII in the House of Mountbatten-Windsor.
Yes, that's it. Read that one. And again, I asked Sharon to read this in honor of the Duchess of Cambridge in their first 6 movies. They are very much interested in the salvation of animal species which are facing extinction. It's on their official agenda. And the Prince is discussing this with the President today. God save the King, say I.
Author's program note. First, let there be music, right? Well, music for their midget. Ordinary mortals do not progress. With titans like George Friedrich Handel to announce their imminent and impatiently waited arrival. Thus I give you his late Majesty's favorite anthem. This new Majesty's favorite anthem, the favorite anthem of every monarch from the time it was composed for the coronation of George VII, 1727, and sung at every subsequent British coronation, usually during the new monarch. It is said with authority that William V. turned to Queen Kate upon his deathbed and requested it be played. He had heard it at his coronation in 2038. That date incorrect?
Did you hear what I said? It's an imaginative reconstruction of an event which in future may happen.
Okay. That, okay.
It's not wrong.
Alright, in 2038. So it did by the words heard by his every ancestor since Sacking King Edward and Bath Abbey in 973. The majesty that was King William V ascended to God. Queen Kate, one moment sobbing for the loss of her dearly beloved husband, then next court-sighing to her liege lord and son by the grace of God in Parliament. Curtsying to her liege lord and son by the grace of God and Parliament. Now King George VII, he bent low over her hand, kissing it, whilst the tears flowed freely down the cheeks of a mother and son, and of the courtiers who had served and loved him, and of every loyal subject, so many of whom gathered solemnly and silently outside the great gates of Buckingham Palace, where they would soon lament with royal Windsors upon their celebrated balcony, in mourning and profound grief, a compelling and unanswerable demonstration if why these oft derided princes shall abide, despite sarcasm, obloquy, derision, and insult, for they are the rock that is England. So one king dies, so another king lives reigns. Go to search engine now to find Zadok the priest. Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet anointed Solomon king. And all the people rejoiced and said, God king, long live the king. May the king live forever. Amen. Hallelujah. His boxes. Welcome, Mike. Looks like you're new here with us at Worldprofit. This is our Anything Goes program. Sit down credits in your goodie bag. Can you hear us, Mike? Hello. First thing we want to have you do, Mike, is get you started in watching our 7-minute presentation video that will earn you immediate traffic. Just by clicking the button below, the watch video button. Okay. So go ahead and go on in there and then come back and we'll have to tell you about our $2,500 scholarship. Having been fortified by his subjects and their demonstrations of loyalty, sympathy, and profound commitment, the new king returned to his private quarters, there to find upon his desk the first of red boxes, which he would now receive until the day he died. These boxes, some dating from the reign of his great-grandmother, Elizabeth II, as could easily be identified by the particular royal site each reign, contained the regular communications of prime ministers and other cabinet ministers and secretaries, governors generals and prime ministers of the dominions and that. Boxes were delivered every few hours unless the matter was marked urgent and delivered at once. Only the sovereign had the key to each box, unless he and the cabinet had authorized others to have one. He took his key and unlocked the box. On its top inside there were 3 envelopes, each marked H.M. the King. He took up the ivory-handled letter opener, oops, first used by Queen Victoria, and split it open. As he did, a burst of camellia filled the air. It was the Queen sent, his wife of 40 years, born Princess of Denmark, the only woman he had ever loved. Her message in that scrawling hand simply said, I am yours, I always will be. Sent to me that he knew. 2 kings, one and the other dead. Inside the second envelope was a message in the hand he knew, as well as his own, his king, his father, his friend. And here he paused, for he knew that whatever royal stationery engraved W.R. and the Crown Imperial of England was for him. Dear son, king, I have watched you for an entire life. I say without prejudice or too much bias that you are just the right man for this difficult job ahead for the monarchy and for England. You are fair, judicious, never precipitate or rash, and good-hearted, truly peopled prince. Reign then with the blessing of our long line of princes, but more importantly, with the blessing of your peoples, worldwide and always forever, of me, your papa, who has always loved you. God save the king. Here he paused and wrote these words in the journal faithfully kept and honestly written, for he knew historians generations to come would read it with the closest possible scrutiny. Their comments, so often glibbed, rushed, too often inaccurate. That too, his fate of kings, great historians, are as rare as great sovereigns.
I put Zadok the King on the screen. It's magnificent.
Lost the best of fathers, the best of friends, the best of kings. I shall not merely mourn him, however, I shall emulate him, for he was a true gentleman, a friend to all. Fortunately, I have Anne-Marie and the boys and dear Mama, who looked so lovely today when she curtsied to me, as did every inch the Queen. My eye kept returning to dear Papa, so very handsome and young, looking as he went God with his serenity and confidence in his true return. May I be permitted to live and die well. God save the King. Lord Chamberlain's report. Final envelope was a large and bulky, and was marked top secret. For His Majesty's eyes only. The King had been expecting such a document, but not the first day of his reign. Yet in its contents, on 168 detailed pages, was of the utmost significance, for it was an outline of all of the challenges, problems, and opportunities facing the new monarch, the dynasty as its role and place in the modern world, where, as Egypt's last king, Farouk ousted in 1952, nobly equipped, there would be just 5 kings, the 4 in a deck of guards, and England's. Welcome, Catherine. Looks like you're brand new here with us at Worldprofit. There goes hours, so you can earn your goodie credits and immediate traffic by watching our video link down below. Simply click the red, or not red button, the green watch video button, and once you return, having watched that, can get you going with a $20 scholarship. Preface to this report, to be kept secret to all but a few, was signed by the Viscount Woodward, Lord Chamberlain. That is the department within the British royal household responsible for matters such as protocols, state visits, investitures, garden parties, the state opening of parliament, and funerals, and with the report ongoing planning to maintain the viability and relevance of the monarchical institution. May it please your Majesty, at the command of this late Majesty, and with the full knowledge of the Prime Minister, a total review of each aspect of the monarchy was ordered and is presented wherewith. Your father asked that his report be placed before you at the earliest hour of your reign. He knew you would want it as quickly as possible, and as that is your right, we so comply. It is my privilege as Lord Chamberlain to lay this unprecedented report before you, and wherewith review its contents. For wherein is the monarchy's present position, what must be done to maintain an augment in it. Sire, your reign commences. This is the position, as ascertained by constant and detailed polling of your subjects, result with an error rate of 5%. Presently, fully 68% identify themselves as supporters of the monarchy, with 24% of these being the Crown enthusiastic support. All this is good. Mark, welcome back. Mark, looks like it's your second time logging in and you have not watched our 7-minute video presentation. I invite you to do that by clicking the green watch video link. And Mike, have you finished that video? Okay, great. Well, we'd like to go over our scholarship offer with you. And I will read you the first part of that, and then Dr. Lant will tell you about our scholarship. Okay?
No, I think we should finish the article, and then, because this is part of what they're getting. Mark and Mike, we're reading one of my articles. Over 1,000 of these articles are transferred to you for your use when you join us. We'll take Sharon just a couple more minutes to finish reading this article. Then what we're going to do is present the scholarship proposal to you. It is worth over $25 to each of you. What makes these articles interesting is that I am the first and only American ever granted access to the Queen's papers at Windsor Castle.
Less good and increasingly...
Go on.
What?
Go on.
Less good and increasingly worrisome is a long-term erosion in the support. At the beginning of the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, 1952, the level of support was 96%, with 75% stating their support fantastic. Our job, therefore, is clear. Set the goal of increasing the level of support and reversing the diminution of monarchical sentiment. Everything in this report is designed to achieve these objectives. Here is a summary of our key findings, complete details, supporting data, etc. to follow. Fiscal review and urgent action, a stark recognition of Great Britain's place. We are, please pardon our bluntness, not the Great Britain of the 19th and the early. Carry the traditions and expenses of a previous time into entirely different time is unfair and unwise, producing as it does criticism that is at least partly legitimate and creates an environment for the monarchy legitimately attacked. Thus, we suggest an immediate across-the-board 15% cut in all departments by the beginning of the next year. It should be announced as soon as possible to set the tone for your Majesty's reign. It is stressed that you do this for your own violation. It is recommended that you make the announcement in London's East End, so often roiled by street violence, and with a live statement on the internet. Such a way you will be seen as an activist king. This may kindle some acid commentary among left-wing political parties. By going over their heads and their overpaid sloth leaders, you can address their followers directly and establish the necessary rapport with them. Prince of Wales history suggests an active role of HRH on the model of the world tours of Prince Edward, later Edward XIII, hence Duke of Windsor. The monarchy is fairly consistent. But as your Majesty may agree, the loss of any dominion, particularly Canada or else republic sentiments, would be the loss of major significance. HRH, with its attractive features and personality, should have as his task solidifying the particularly young adults. He is supremely positioned for such a role. With the proper instruction in the internet communications, including his own page at Facebook, will quickly become a savvy and influential player. Two queens, polling data have clearly established an enormous popularity of sympathy for Queen Kate. We feel sure that HM will want an activist role, particularly with children. We hope your Majesty will meet her as soon. The Queen Anne's ability, rating rivals those of Queen Kate, has already established a position of prominence and utility amongst what might be called community of need. Bringing her bright smile in particular and practical suggestions to people in really what one might call, but her, the forgotten ones. HM has indicated to this committee that she would be an amendable role in you, sir, care to suggest. She perfectly understands the objective, maximum impact, minimum cost. So it went its one pointed suggestion after another until the exhausted monarch on a day of history, pageantry, death, apotheoses, and love, unable to keep his tired eyes open for another minute, fell asleep at his desk, no more figurehead, No tone sovereign, but a man fully engaged with his nation, its people, and dynasty of Mountbatten-Windsor. Now it is supreme leader, a man king indeed. So the world and its hundreds of millions waited impatiently to hear interactive royal webcast, beamed to the entire planet from the room in Buckingham Palace where his parents faced the media upon the occasion their engagement. Precisely the announced moment, without any introduction given for a needed, the king opened by saying, "I introduce you to the love of my life and my dear son William. We are grateful for the opportunity to meet you and talk to you about how we can all work together to preserve our planet. God save the..."
Well, it's a prophetic, lyric, inspiring article. And today, New York and in Washington, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, who of course are featured in this article, are doing exactly what I said that they would do. God save the earth.
Welcome, Mark. Thanks for listening. Mark, we have an incredible opportunity for you, a $2,500 scholarship. And you had a chance to see the 7-minute video presentation?
Now, we've just about to, I'm going to bring up Patrice Porter now. Patrice, are you ready to come up? Now, the difference between Sharon and Patrice is that Patrice is a subject of Her Majesty the Queen. The Queen is Queen of Canada. Most Americans understand how that all works. That's part of the constitutional position.
And good day, and indeed I
What do you make of that article, Miss Patrice?
Yes, it's I love all your articles on the royal family, and it brings to mind when the royal child was born, and the article you had written then, that it just gives a whole new perspective and on the royal family and how much effect they can actually have on the in the world. And I do hope they
I'm going to give you a quick
follow those
quick
lines.
constitutional lesson.
Okay.
Very fast. 1 minute constitutional agreement. The king, the sovereign, may reign but not rule. And for several hundred years, the parliament has engaged in a series of lessening the influence of the king. But here's the with the development of these mass technologies of worldwide communication, he becomes a player in a way that his ancestors weren't able to do. For example, look at today. Look at where the Cambridges are. They're spending the day with the President of the United States and getting to talk directly to him about the preservation of species. And the Duchess of Cambridge is engaged in looking at welfare agencies for children. That's her thing. And tonight they will raise money for their university. These are committed, admirable people.
Yes.
They are out and about in a purposeful way. They're highly admirable. I love them. I mean, I who know the monarchy so well really love these people, and I hope that when they come to Cambridge, they ask for my. I have told the Palace Public Relations Office that I want to be the interviewee when they come to Cambridge Mass.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful, and
we're just having
and you could put a very good perspective on in your writing because of your background, and that it would be a very, very, very interesting interview, and that would be wonderful. It were to happen.
Well, I'm able to tell you what the press office told me was that the Duke and Duchess read that article that you just heard.
Oh,
I was
nice.
informed about that.
Excellent, excellent. Excellent. And that's only one of the over 1,000 that we get to use here at Worldprofit. And if anybody wants to watch the replay of the Anything Goes program here, it'll be on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter, and also on our Worldprofit tube at www.worldprofittube.com. And with that, I'll say my adieus and see you on the next Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.